Sound check, 1, 2.
This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
I got this abnormal psychology exam to do. I think there's something in there that's going to help me with this time travel.
Well, if you go back to 1985, please take me.
85?
I kind of want to go see Michael J. Fox.
13th of February, 2021. My name is Corey Winfield.
Marney Winfield.
This is what they call the 217 Recovery Podcast. And we haven't done a disclaimer in quite a while. So the disclaimer is, I know I sound like a doctor. You probably tuned in and were like, what's this Dr. Winfield guy talking about already? I'm not a doctor. And I've taken some classes, taken a lot of classes on addiction, firsthand knowledge, crash courses in treatment centers and attending them. I've made the rounds. Mm-hmm. And we talk about recovery. So if you're out on the streets and you're quoting me, you're like, well, Dr. Winfield said that. There might be a Dr. Winfield out there somewhere, but let's just keep it to my buddy Corey. He went through this and he had some good points about that. So
right.
You might want to. That's my disclaimer. Mm-hmm. It's like an original disclaimer.
That's good.
I didn't even have to write it down. You probably couldn't tell.
Right.
You're probably like, he's reading this. People were probably thinking, he's reading this. Nope. Mm-mm. That's
off
improv.
The cuff.
Yep.
So impressive.
Yeah, thank you. Did you want to spit one out too?
No.
Mine will cover both of us, really.
No, I mean we're not psychiatrists, we're not doctors, we're not nurses, but you know,
Halloween.
We're not therapists, but we do know a lot about recovery firsthand, and we try to share what we know with y'all. So
yeah, that's pretty much what I just said. Mm-hmm. Okay, a little redundancy. Never hurt anybody.
Right.
You know, I mean, maybe there are people listening that are like, oh, I understood what Marnie said, but Corey, I don't know what Dr. Winfield was saying. So confused. What if I legally changed my name to Dr. Winfield?
I think somebody somewhere, I'm sure, has tried to do that.
And then I wrote a book, and they put me on Oprah, and then Oprah will find out, like that one guy who did that one movie that I said sucked. Million little pieces or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then she found me out that I wasn't a real doctor. And she put me on blast like she did that guy. Oh, no. It'd be exciting, though. Like, look under your chairs. I'd steal it from her. Look under your chairs now. It's a Narcan kit. Yeah. We're all going home with one. Thank you. Thanks to harm reduction.
Right.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks. Buy my book. Before you found me out that I'm not a doctor. So, yeah, I do want to give a shout out. I talked to an author the other day, and he's in recovery. His name's Jonah Frick, and he stays over there in Kalamazoo. He works in the industry of recovery and treatment, stuff like that. But he wrote a book called Detox Hotel, and we talked about, because he's going to be on the podcast this Thursday. Mm-hmm. But we talked for about an hour and 20 minutes the other day. And he was telling me his story, and I was telling him mine, and we were talking about the book and things that he wanted to do in the future, things I want to do in the future. And we might team up for a little something.
That's great.
Next year and a half or so. If you like to laugh, stay tuned. Mm-hmm. Details will be coming. And it's going to be exciting. And we're going to make you laugh. So it'll be fun. But I kind of hinted about the movie. And I don't think Jonah listened to the last couple podcasts.
You mean that you want to star in the movie of his book?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't bring that up?
No. Well, I was like, yeah, I think it'd be a great movie. He was like, yeah, as I was writing it, I was thinking that. And I was already casting people. And I'm like, I didn't, that's where I just kind of was like, but then that fell through. You couldn't find the right people. And
you haven't even read the book yet.
I have not. But
so maybe you shouldn't be so quick to.
When I read time travel, ghost, addiction.
I think you need to get the book. Like, I'm surprised you didn't. One's not on the way after that conversation.
I know. He was like, you should read the book. And I was like, you should send me one. I didn't ask him for one.
Well,
you should ask me, what's your address, Mr. Dr. Winfield, and I'll send it to you. So I would be Mr. Dr. Winfield, wouldn't I?
yeah.
So that they would probably see right through my doctor first name change. So anyway, Jonah, he'll be on this Thursday, and I'll kind of ask him a little bit more directly about what role I would have in the film.
That's like an assumption that you would be in there somewhere.
Well, yeah. I was in Macbeth. I was in...
When you were in high school?
No, that was college.
Oh, it was college.
I was college, babe.
Big time.
We should play Know Your Husband.
Wow.
Yeah, I was very minor role. And then I was the Christmas Carol. I was the young...
Scrooge.
Yeah. And then Rehearsal for Murder was a really good one. That was high school, but... And then I was on the radio forever, so I know how to fake it. No, I would be a good actor. I would be. I mean, I am a good actor. So, yeah, we'll just see what I have time for. See what kind of part I can play in his. He'll probably want to cast me as like probably not the star, because I would take too much off the film. They'd be like, Corey Winfield's in it? Oh my God. Probably like maybe like co-star. Did you ever see that movie with Kurt Russell and Steven Seagal was in it for like a hot minute? Executive Decision or something like that.
I feel like I have. Yeah.
But I think Kurt Russell was only in it for like the first scene, and he got sucked out the airplane. And I was like, really? Like, but everybody was like, described the movie as Kurt Russell and Steven Seagal, and I'm like, yeah. And one of them got sucked out the airplane immediately. So I'm like, well, he's not really in it anymore, so that'll be me. They'll be like, Corey Winfield's going to be in this. And then it'll come on, and like I'll be axed right away. Because that's all I have time for. I'm a busy guy.
Right.
A lot of stuff going on. So yeah, Jonah, if you want to send me a copy of that book, that would be great. I mean, I could buy it, but I mean, if he buys a hat from us,
right.
I did order a bunch of new hats. When I say a bunch, I mean 24. So not really a bunch, but they're really nice quality. Like, it's the best hat you'll ever put on your head. And I'm not just saying that. Like, when I put it on, because we were buying hats this last summer when we bought hats, but I was buying them individually and trying them on and going, meh. And then I put this hat on, and it was like, oh, it started singing to me. This is it here. So we had some made, and everybody that did buy one were like, oh my God, these are comfortable.
Yeah.
So 24 of those, and they're white. They're all white. And then it has black 217 recovery, like on the side. Like, I think that would be right justified. It looks kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah, looks really awesome.
But the company I ordered them from said it was going to take like 3 to 6 weeks.
We'll shoot for 3.
I was like, well, you can give me back my money then until you ship them babies out. Maybe I want to play the stock market or something. Or invest, that's what I mean.
But that's an exciting thing to look forward to.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, we can try to sell them on the website, but I don't know, I think they'll be gone before I get around to even putting them up there. I already have like 3 people that are like, I want one. So, got 21. And then I'm going to have one, so we got 20. 20 left. See, they're flying off the shelves.
Right.
A dude named Jonathan in Cadillac hit me up, I don't know, early this morning. And he listens to the podcast. He says that's something that he does. It's part of his routine, part of his staying sober ritual. Jonathan, we really do appreciate that. But he sent me something he's listening to. It's called it's by Annie Grace, and it's This Naked Mind. Control alcohol. It's like, find freedom, discover happiness, and change your life. But I really got to hear this because it's available, I guess, on Audible.
Is it a book or?
Yeah, it's a book.
A book. Okay.
Which Audible, like, I think if I'm a Prime member, I can get like a couple books for free or something. If I join and pay $7.95 a month. But the title scared me, though, because it said control alcohol.
Right.
And I know you watch Shameless.
Yeah.
And there was that one episode, or actually it might have been a whole season, where Lip was trying to control his drinking with chips.
Yeah.
And he would have this chip and that chip, and he would, reward himself. And, of course, that's not going to work for people like us.
Yeah. Never works.
I can't reward myself with a drink because it won't stop at one drink. It never can for me. And I'm fine with it because life is so much better without drinking.
Right.
But, yeah, so we'll have to listen to the book and see. But he seems to like it, and, he's listening to us, too, so we like that. Mm-hmm. That's what you're really doing the best of, Jonathan. But, yeah, thanks for the reaching out and sharing that with us.
Yeah, let's check it out.
This has been, apparently, February is Relapse Awareness Month.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, just throw my hands up. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And it's not just people I know. It's like people that I know, they know people, and they're saying it's the same thing. And it's like this mad dash, for people trying to get help. And then, boom, when that happens, treatment centers fill up.
Yeah.
And then people start getting frustrated and, they can't take me right now, and no, they can't. They're full. They're maxed out, buddy. Like, that happens. Well, I want help now. Yeah, sure you do.
Yeah, and our recovery housing in Traverse City is full.
Yeah, and that too, so we're living
completely,
even,
there's no spot for anyone. It's not like it's not about qualifying or fitting into, the application looking good. We don't have any room.
See, I think that's where you should make room.
How would you make room?
This would be a change, and this is I'll write the governor.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
You go through. It's just like Survivor.
This is something that's not going to happen overnight.
But it should.
No.
I'll write the governor, and it'll be the Dr. Winfield plan, and she'll call it the Dr. Winfield.
Okay, go.
Whatever.
Go on your plan.
So it's like Survivor. Like you'll go around the house, and each week, one of the people in the house get voted out. How you like it?
I don't.
And they get to vote each other out.
That would never. You think you're going to take a house full of addicts in recovery that are going to figure out a way to kindly? No,
you can make them play
that
games.
Would be chaos.
Instead of games, you can make them clean.
And utter chaos.
So like whoever cleans the best gets immunity.
No.
Boom.
I
bet you some MFers be getting off that damn couch then, wouldn't they?
I see where you're going with
it. And if not,
but
boom.
Never ever happened.
You can get like a Jeff Probe mask and then like, sorry, you've been voted out. And you just throw their stuff right outside, just throw it. That'd be awesome.
I don't know how.
This is a reality show. I should really be pitching this to CBS.
Probably. I
would watch it. Maybe I should just start filming it. We should just do it and not tell anybody. I mean, it might cost you your job.
Right.
But if we have them sign waivers saying that Dr. Winfield's production crew, TV company, whatever, internet stuff, is going to do this reality show and get them to sign off on it. I'm like, look, you guys signed it too. And we'll start forging names and stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody signed it. Got the governor's signature here. Like, what are you doing? I think that would be one hell of a show. I would watch it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just back to the actual where this started with is that it is. I don't know if it's like a phenomenon or what, the whole like the waves of people reaching out for help, because we know addiction is a problem, and it's unfortunately it's a problem that never is going to go away in this world. It's just a disease, and it's great that people are starting to shed light on the fact that it is so serious and that it's something that needs attention. So we are finding different ways to deal with addicts, and in hopes, that they can get the help that they need. it's a very slow process, and there's always need for more resources. But the individual is the one who has to be ready. You're the one who has to make the decision that I'm going to change, and that's the biggest movement. I mean, that's the biggest thing for putting things into action. And the part where the frustration is where we're at right now, what you're talking about, is they get to that, action point where they've thought about it, they've contemplated it, they've come to terms with the fact they know they have a problem. Now I'm going to do something about it. Bam, brick wall. Nowhere to go. Even if it's just like nowhere to go until next week. That's still enough time for somebody to change their mind. I've done it myself, and that makes me sad. It makes me mad. But, I don't know. It's like, yeah, thank you, Tyrone. That's exactly how I feel about it.
I have two friends that are going through the same thing right now, and they want to get into treatment. One was told, next Tuesday or Wednesday. The other was told, next, Monday. And this was like last week or whatever, and they were told. Two different approaches. One, and maybe it's not available for the other one. But one was lucky enough to have a family member stay with them, kind of help them out, just to be there for them. Mm-hmm. And the other decided, well, I'm just going to go back home by myself. Mm-hmm. I'll just wait there. And the way he said it, might as well have one more. Mm-hmm. One more hurrah. If I'm going to be quitting, kind of.
Yeah.
He didn't say that, but it was just kind of like, dude. So two different approaches to it. Again, maybe he didn't have anybody that would sit there with him. Maybe he's burnt all those bridges up. Because we do that.
Yeah.
Sure as Dookie, we do that. So, like I said, one was lucky to have somebody that would sit with him for a few days until he could get into treatment. So, it's tough. It sucks. Keep calling, though, would be my advice, because sometimes people, and especially like it's the weekend, sometimes people in treatment, when they're not ready, think, well, I've been here a week, I've been here 2 weeks, I was king of that. I've been here 5 days, man, I heard this stuff already, I'm out, peace. Leave early. That happens. And are you going to sit there and wait on somebody to call you if that does? I wouldn't. I will call every day. I would, get with your insurance company or, your regional PIHP, which means whatever, personal insurance health provider, I think. Call them. Where can I go? Give me 5 places. Give me 8 places. Everywhere I can go. I'm going to call them every single day.
Yeah.
And do it. Just like you would if you were trying to get a job.
Yep.
And one of them will say yes, and you say, okay, when can I go?
Yeah. That is true. It is kind of like job search in a way. Mm-hmm. It's a numbers game. Sometimes.
It'll be frustrating. You're going to get mad. You're going to get upset. I get upset. Like you said, you get upset.
Yeah.
And just keep trying, Like, you can frame it however you want. You can frame it as, I gotta wait till Monday. I can't wait till Monday. Or you can be like, okay, I gotta wait till Monday. That's fine. I'm going to spend time with my mom. Mm-hmm. I'm going to spend time with my wife or my kids or whoever, sober, and I'm going to white knuckle it until I can get in there. Mm-hmm. If you need detox, that's a whole nother game. Not a game, but I mean, that's a whole other thing where you can probably find a detox, but maybe after detox, they won't have a bed ready for you in a treatment center. Mm-hmm. Still, so say you get out of there, then you just go figure out what you got to do to frame it and have the right mindset so that you're not like, oh, I can't believe, they know who I am.
Yeah. We should say right now, just because this came up in the last few days as well, and we've talked about it on the podcast, but I think we should talk about it like all the time, is that for those of you who've made the step and made the decision, taken the action to get yourself into detox, that's great. You know, to medically detox is important. Obviously, especially from alcohol, because you can die from detoxing from alcohol. But that being said, is when you get there, tell them off the bat that this isn't just, you know, to get to detox and get yourself, you know, physically, quote unquote, physically able to walk out those doors. That's just the beginning. Should just be looked at as the beginning of your journey. And right from the get-go, try to tell the detox people that you want to go into treatment or that you need something else to follow up where you're at right there. Because just making yourself, just getting the drugs and alcohol out of your body, and even then, I don't even know how long it takes for it to truly, completely get all clear out. But all you're doing is just having the fog be lifted temporarily, and you know the actual treatment piece is something that's important. So let them know that, because sometimes they don't ask you,
or maybe they do, but you're just too messed up. You know, like if you have that already going in, doesn't matter really how messed up you are, you're gonna know. And then I'm gonna need treatment. If someone does ask you, you're not gonna be like, I don't know, man, I don't know. So one of my buddies was like, well, I don't really know. And who knows? I know he gets pretty belligerent, that word, when he's drinking. So if somebody were to ask him something, he probably would just whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, just have that plan for sure. So what house do you think would be the worst? The women or the men on kicking people out? Like vicious. If we did my surviving rehab game. Women. You think it'd be more catty?
Yeah, I think
more
it'd be
backstabbing, more twists.
Sneakier. Probably.
I think that would be a great show.
Why am I entertaining this whole thing?
Because you know it would be a show you would watch. You would watch it.
Probably would. And
they said there's, 25, 30 million people in recovery in America.
Yeah, but it's not a game, though, is the thing.
It's a game of life and death. It's even better than Survivor. And what does the winner get? Recovery. It's better than $1 million. Mm-hmm. I think that would be just...
All right, pitch it away to, whoever. CBS or whoever.
I will. I shouldn't even be talking about it.
Or maybe you just do a movie instead of like a series.
A movie that's like it?
Yeah.
What if I made a documentary that was the game? That would make so many people mad. You can't do that to people.
Yeah.
It's just a movie.
Right.
It'd be like the Blair Witch Project. You'd be like, oh, it wasn't real. Huh? But it was, Well, I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. Not that I want to kick people out, but people are listening going, oh, man, that would be awesome. I know everybody that lived in sober living with me would be like, that's awesome. I probably would have been kicked out pretty quick. Well, no, I don't think so. It's a numbers game,
right?
Because no matter who's clicking up, the people still that aren't doing their stuff, they're the ones that get annoying.
Yeah.
When you got two sides of the house, that's kind of like the place I went in Point City. You have like one group of people and another group of people, and then you just kind of I like these one guys, and we had really nothing to do with the other guys. But then there's the other guys that don't do their chores, and they're not doing stuff, and things start getting dirty, and you're like, what's up? And both sides come together. Kick them out.
You're really putting a lot of thought into this.
Thank you. I appreciate you knowing that. And it's support like that keeps me going, babe.
Well, I will tell you one thing is I will share an experience I had the last 2 or 3 days ago. Well, we had a house inspection. All of the houses in Michigan that are recovery homes need to have a certification by this agency to pass, to make sure they're up to code with safety and so on, things like that, that fits the capacity of each household. And one of the things that we needed to do in one of our houses was there wasn't enough seating in our community room.
Common mistake.
Yeah, you wouldn't full capacity house would be 12 people. There's not space in here for 12 people to sit down.
You gotta have that.
So anyway, managed to find a couch on Marketplace, and I had a great response for people willing to help move this couch, which usually it would be like pulling teeth, you would think. But yeah, it was nice because I was like, oh man, this is gonna suck. It's the middle of winter. I'm gonna have to be like pay people or something, you know. But no, people rose to the occasion and were like, I'll help move it. So
they would get immunity necklaces.
They would get immunity, and yeah, that's
I'll
where
make some for you.
Well, I'm just saying is there was lots of teamwork and lots of volunteering, and it was nice. That's what, like, people in recovery, you know what I mean, do things without expecting things for it, you know? It's for you. It's for you. Doing things for other people and doing things out of the goodness of your heart is one of the most rewarding things for your soul ever.
It is.
Even if it's just opening up the door for somebody that you don't know, you know?
So that'd be more like a hidden immunity idol then.
See, you're losing where I'm going with this.
I'm talking
about like random acts of kindness and being like courteous to, you know, people in general.
Did you ever hear the one about the guy who gave his cow away?
Oh God, I'm scared. No.
Okay, I don't remember it, so you're lucky. But it was something about how the guy got more satisfaction by giving his cow away than he did by the stuff that he got in return, just because he was helping somebody out. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you can Google it on your phone. Maybe type in, like, the guy that gave the cow away, maybe. I don't know. But it was a cool little story. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, my short-term memory didn't think it was all that important, so it didn't really store any of it.
Is that kind of along the lines to, like, give somebody a fish and they'll eat for a day, give them a fishing pole and they'll eat forever?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, but nice try. I mean, trying to save
it's not. I didn't come up with it. Don't ask.
I know. Yeah. But
we should make it a whole episode, just
Survivor.
Like like fables and like you know.
All right, let's play that tomorrow on Valentine's Day.
You know, like, hey, you know what they say?
Like in a berry, the sweeter the juice.
You know, a watched pot never boils, and like what all they mean.
Shit in one hand. Wait, you do something, wish in one hand, shit in the other?
I don't know.
Which one fills up first?
The grass is always greener on the other side, and, you know.
Grass is always greener. No. Because I don't think the grass is always greener.
I know, I'm not saying all those are true. I'm just saying the little sayings that somebody somewhere once made it like a quote-unquote a saying.
One more wipe makes more comfortable night. No. It's a potty thing, I think.
Oh.
I think. Maybe I just made that up.
I guess so.
I'm going to get a t-shirt with that made on it. One more wipe makes a much more comfortable night. Anyway, so that's the podcast for today.
Yeah.
We have dinner plans. I have dinner plans with the in-laws tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to make sure my phone's charged up. Yeah.
Going to visit my mom.
Yeah. It's the in-laws. It's fun. I like the in-laws.
We haven't been in a minute. And I was on the phone with her the other day, and he's in the background being like, tell your mom I asked about her.
Because I do. I ask about her.
I know you do.
I say, how's your mom? And you say, oh, good. I'm like, that's good.
It's all being brown-nosing.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm excited about that. But
yeah, me too. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
We're going to play cards, have some
maybe if we have time.
Have some good food.
Yeah, should be good.
So, but we'll see you tomorrow.
If I'm alive tomorrow, I'll be back to do a podcast about recovery.
Yes.
And Survivor. No, I'm gonna put a cap on that because somebody's gonna steal my idea.
Okay.
It's brilliant. I know. Thank you. And I want to shout out to Luke, who's listening right now. And Luke, he probably agrees with my idea.
Yeah? Probably.
I know he does.
Yeah.
He probably wants. He's like, can I be on the set? Can I be a production member or something? Let me film it.
Right.
Like, all right. Oh, that'd be great. Anyway, thanks for listening. Check out 217recovery.com. You can get our app through the App Store. And okay, so here's the deal. Remember I told you if you have an Apple, if you go get the app 217 Recovery, if you go to the very bottom, it says audio. Now, if you click that and you have Apple, you're going to hear the worst podcast you've ever heard in your life. And this is weird because that podcast you can't even get like on our website, nowhere else, because it's like hidden. So I've hidden it. Now, if you have an Android phone, you can go to audio, and it's normal, except you don't get the right background picture. You get like something that the people who got the app through just put up there. So
it's a mystery.
I'm real confused. So if you have an Apple, go listen to the worst podcast.
I thought they were fixing that.
They are, but it takes like 2 weeks, they said, for once you resubmit it to Apple for them to get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the Google one, it's got a stupid picture, but it's just the right stuff. And it's a little bit easier as opposed to the app player. And then there's the podcast, and then there's the audio button.
You'll figure it out. You're smart people.
Yeah, some of you are pretty smart.
All right.
Yeah, get the app. Check us out, 217recovery.com. Like us on Facebook. Share us with your friends. We appreciate it. Subscribe. However you listen, whether it's iHeartRadio, through our app, Pandora, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, Deezer, audio, something. Yeah, okay. You get the picture. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Talk to you tomorrow. Happy pre-Valentine's Day.
That's right. Bye.